This just in, did Pat McGrath brands file for bankruptcy? Did Sephora see a competitor on the horizon and decide to make a deal with them? And does Danessa Myricks have a new palette in the works? Y'all, we have all that more in this week's new makeup releases, so grab a snack, grab a drink, because it's about to get juicy.
Hello, my most beautiful friends, and welcome back to one of my favorite series today. This is New Makeup Release Sunday, where we sit back, we relax, and we talk about all the new makeup that has been announced and sneak peeked, as well as some industry news. Okay, so for today's top stories, y'all, we need to start off with Pat McGrath Labs. Now, a while ago, I want to say maybe about a month ago, I told you guys about how Pat McGrath Labs put their trademark essentially up for sale. They're putting the brand up for sale, and I was just like, ooh, what is happening? Why is this happening? What could this mean? Because we all kind of knew that, like, ever since COVID, a lot of beauty brands have taken a huge hit. Like, truly, they've taken a huge hit. We've seen a lot of brands close down over the years. And I think it's just because, you know, makeup is such a booming industry, right? Like, so many people want to invest in makeup, but at the same time, there's so many trends, there's so many different brands. At the end of the day, it's hard to keep up with. And if you're not relevant, if you're not, you know, the forefront of what people are talking about, your brand can ultimately, you know, dissolve. And, you know, we did talk about how Pat McGrath Labs have put their trademark and some of their creativity up for sale for auction about a month ago. What they just announced this past week that they officially filed for bankruptcy, specifically Chapter 11. Now, that does not mean this brand is closing down. Tons and tons and tons of businesses file for bankruptcy all the time. Like, look at Red Lobster. They file for bankruptcy, and now I think it's like a year or two later, they have a new CEO. And I don't know if they're necessarily booming, but they definitely are making a comeback. A lot of people are going over there. They're trying out all the new stuff. They're actually like listening to their consumers. I hope they were okay, whatever that noise was. They're actually listening to their consumers and giving them what they want. So tons and tons of businesses file for bankruptcy all the time. So it does not necessarily mean that they're going to foreclose. It just means that they're pretty much going to restructure. They can continue on with their brand. So right here, it says that Pat McGrath Labs has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in the Southern District of Florida, according to petition filed on January 22nd. On Sunday night, Women's Wear Daily reported the filing and added that Pat McGrath Labs' asset sale scheduled for Tuesday will be postponed indefinitely, as a spokesperson told the publication that the company will continue trading while it restructures its balance sheet. A Chapter 11 bankruptcy allows the company and its owner to continue trading in standard business operations while a restructuring plan is negotiated with the creditors. The company has claimed that between $50 million and $100 million in estimated liabilities, according to the filing. The company was founded by the famed makeup artist Pat McGrath in 2015. It has been intended to hold a sale of its asset on January 27th, following a drop in sales and valuation. The company was valued at more than $1 billion in 2018 after fellow investor Sienna Investment Management marked down its investment in Pat McGrath Labs by 88% in 2024, implying a value closer to $174 million. The firm also signaled its exit in 2025. It says the auction was then intended to be part of the restructuring, with representatives of the company telling the Business of Beauty in December that it would allow Pat McGrath Labs to move forward in a productive and healthy environment. So, like I said, at the end of the day, this does not mean that Pat McGrath Labs is going to disappear. They're just going to restructure, or they're going to figure out how to essentially figure out their debt. I mean, think about like us, like, you know, people file bankruptcy all the time. That does not mean that you're like completely broken, you have no money. It just means that you can't afford the debt that you incurred. So you need to find an alternative solution to try to regain balance. You want to be able to improve your credit score. So you have to file bankruptcy saying, I can't owe this debt. So I'm just really curious to see how Pat McGrath is going to restructure themselves later on, because at one point they were a brand that everybody knew and loved. Everybody knew that their formula was top tier. That's why people were so willing to spend $120 like something dollars on their palettes, because they knew they're getting a really high impact, great quality formula. And I feel like over the years, they've definitely lowered their standards in terms of their formula. They found cheaper alternatives, which makes it a little bit more lucrative for them. Like, they still charge the same price, but they lower the cost of their ingredients, so they get more of a kickback. Like, you see it happen all the time. McGrath herself said that she's going to stop focusing so heavily on the lenders and kind of bring creativity and bring back her brand to where it once was, especially with filing this Chapter 11. Like I said, it does not mean that her brand is going to officially close. It just means that they're going to restructure. So you're still going to see their stuff being on sale. You're still going to see their stuff being sold at Sephora and online. You might see more of their products end up in like TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I would not be surprised by that, but like I said, it does not mean that they're officially shutting down. But what I will say, I feel like if Pat McGrath truly wants to make a comeback and they want people to be invested in their brand again, I feel like they should create something like this. This is artwork and concept done by Doodles by the Bunny, and her artwork is incredible. Like, her concepts are incredible. If Pat McGrath Labs were to keep their old high pack formula, with this color story, oh, I think this brand would be a brand that everybody be talking about, everybody be shopping. Like, it'd be so worth the price points. But because they keep giving us the same exact thing every single time, nothing has changed except their ingredients have definitely been a bit cheaper. No wonder why their brand isn't as successful as it once was. I'm hoping to see them make a comeback. I'm always rooting for brands to continue on and people to continue to follow their dreams and passions. So I'm hoping to see that maybe a year from now we're telling a different story, but time will tell. Next, I'll tell you guys about Sephora. Sephora just kind of implemented a new partnership, which is kind of genius on their part because they want to continue being the #1 beauty seller around the world. I feel like they definitely are. They do have one big competitor here in the United States, which is going to be Ulta Beauty. But as of recently, Olive Young, which is going to be a Korean beauty store, has officially declared that it's coming to the United States. They want to bring their stores to the United States. And a lot of people are really investing their time and money into Korean skincare and beauty care and wellness. Like, people are really loving the K-beauty world and they want to bring it here to the States. So Sephora, seeing how big Olive Young is internationally, they decided to team up with them to create an exclusive partnership between the two. So it says that Korea's leading beauty and health retailer announced today a new strategic partnership to bring the best curation of cutting-edge and sought-after Korean beauty to Sephora consumers around the world. The partnership will provide Sephora customers with a dedicated zone curated by Olive Young online and in stores, allowing them to discover a unique assortment of the most popular Korean beauty brands and the newest trend-driven beauty, health, and beauty online, all carefully curated by Olive Young. This partnership will combine Sephora's innovative customer experience, including guidance and assistance from its expertly trained beauty advisors available in store and its deep knowledge of e-commerce and highly engaged customer base with Olive Young unparalleled curation capabilities. I'm going to show you guys this video right there because I pretty much think that this girl was actually onto something.
Sephora announces that it's merging with Olive Young globally and it's going to have a section in its store that's the kind of Olive Young pick. This tells me that Sephora obviously saw them as a threat and decided to change the narrative so that it wasn't Olive Young versus Sephora, but instead Sephora is with Olive Young.
If I had been advising them, I would have said, let's break into the US and work opposite of Sephora. Because now if you open up Olive Young and Sephora, what happens if most people go to these Korean beauty brands and you have the rest of your store, 80% of your store isn't selling as much. And then if Olive Young has the ability to then go and open independent stores afterwards, they're actually speeding up the introduction of Olive Young to its own customers.
I think it's the smartest thing that Sephora could have done. I don't think that Olive Young should have done it because there's enough people in the US that want to change. Like, they want the Lyft to the Uber. So they want to have like an alternative that feels a bit more premium, that changes your buying habits. It's the smartest thing for Sephora to do because it's now continuing to bring new people into the shop, older people into the shop that wouldn't have been in the shop.
I honestly think like it is kind of like a Trojan horse they're bringing into their universe. And if Olive Young is as strategic as some of these Korean companies are, I think they're actually pulling a very good move here. If I was Sephora, I would just adjust so that I could deal with what Olive Young is dealing with, and they need to fix their business model. But you're bringing the enemy right into your gates, and I think they may lose a lot, but we'll have to track it because it's a fascinating collab.
I definitely see Sephora, so Olive Young going, oh, they could definitely compete against us. We already had to compete with Ulta Beauty, and now we have to do Olive Young. Nay, nay. So instead, let's create a partnership saying this is going to be the best for both brands, just because they want to make sure they don't get dominated by Olive Young. I think it's a very strategic move. I think they really made a smart play here by really kind of taking them and be like, nope, let's work together, partners. So you could both be, we could both make money from this. And I think it's a great move on Sephora's end. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, Olive Young, you don't know how you could have stood out. You could have really stood out. You could have really been a great competitor to Sephora, but now you kind of limited your chances on doing that because of the partnership. Now, I'm not saying this partnership's forever. They could very well come here, create their own fan base and be like, you know what? Let's term this contract. Let's create our own stores. We shall see what happens in a couple of years, but I do think it's really smart on Sephora's end to team up with them, and I'm really curious to see. How this partnership is going to unfold. I'm super excited about it because I would love to get my hands on more Korean beauty. personally, especially online and in-store, mostly online for me, it'd be so nice to be able to get my hands on some of the products instead of going on the TikTok shop or like Amazon. It'd be kind of nice to go directly to Sephora. So I'm just so curious to see how this partnership is going to unfold. Is it going to create an amazing partnership, or do you think over time they're going to split and want to go their own directions? And I'm kind of curious if Ulta Beauty is kind of like, shit, damn, we should have done the same. Like, I wonder what's going to happen with them and their sales, knowing that Sephora just kind of took the market on this one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And finally, I have to give credit to Britt Clark. Like, she definitely is up to date on some of the new makeup releases over on TikTok, and she just showed this brand new palette from Danessa Myricks. Now, this is a little 6-pan neutral palette that's gonna be coming out soon. At least I think it's gonna be coming out soon. I did try to find this. I couldn't find this, but I've seen several people talking about this, and I definitely want to get my hands on this because I don't have the Lightworks Volume 7. So let me show you.
Well, apparently Miss Danessa Myricks is launching a new mini Freedom palette. This is the Everyday Magic palette, and if you're anything like me, you audibly gasped when you saw this. What you may not realize is that if you already own the Lightworks 7 palette, you already have this color story. Don't worry, I'm gonna walk you through it. So I'm gonna start off by taking out this color story right here. If you're unfamiliar with the Lightworks 7 palette, this is all magnetic, all the pans are removable. Then I'm just gonna take out the shades that will not remain. This is why I love that the shades have the names on not only the packaging, but also on the back of the shades as well. Next up, I'm going to reach into the purple palette section. We're gonna take out 3 shades, one of which is Wish. Again, coming out of that purple palette, we have Guiding Light and also Toasted. The last shade, we're gonna come out of the blue section with the shade Grounded. Popping in that last shade to give you a completed look at the Everyday Magic palette. I just quickly swapped the top 2 shades so you guys can see a visual side by side. Calm your titties. I already know you guys are gonna want swatches. So here is a look at the Everyday Magic Freedom palette.
So for me, if you don't have the Lightworks Volume 7, this could be a really great investment. I had the little 6-pan Pastel Dreams from Danessa Myricks. I really love that little palette. So to have like a little bit more of a neutral one that I can travel with, or kind of like stack the two together, I actually think it's exciting, especially because like I said, I don't have Lightworks Volume 7, so I would really be intrigued by this right here. I really do love the Danessa Myricks quality. The mattes are beautiful, the shimmers are great, and the fact that this is like gonna be like a nice little travel size is amazing. And like I said, if you already have the Lightworks Volume 7, you do not need to get this palette, but if you don't, maybe you might be interested in picking up the same way that I will be. But those are this week's top stories, and now we're gonna dive into this week's new makeup releases that have been announced and sneak peeked. All right, so up first, y'all, I saw Glamlight post this video right here, and I was like, we have a new Glamlight launch. Now, I have no idea what this can be. All I know is it looks like a gumdrop, like some sort of gumdrop. So for me, it would indicate some sort of sweet collection, right? Like either they're teaming up with Hubba Bubba, or they're teaming up with like some sort of bubble gum, or they're doing a like another dessert theme like lipstick collection. I'm not entirely sure. All I know is it definitely is gonna be something sweet, something candy related. But if I had to guess, I would want to say Hubba Bubba, like right, like the iconic bubblegum. You know, Glamlight's notorious for teaming up with a lot of iconic brands out there. So either they're gonna create like a lip kit curated around this, or they're gonna do an actual collection. But either way, I am definitely excited to get my hands on this. I don't know when this is launching. All I know is we're starting to do a little tiny tease, and as soon as I know more details about this, I will absolutely let you guys know. You guys know how much I love Glamlight. I'm actually wearing their, French vanilla lip kit right here. I freaking love this vanilla lip kit. I do have a code with Glamlight. If you guys do not know, it's code Allie to save you guys 15% off. But yeah, best believe, besties, I definitely want to get my hands on whatever this is, because I'm a hoarder. I'm a hoarder when it comes to Glamlight. I have to have anything and everything. I've been like that since I first started shopping the brand in 2018. So best believe I'm getting my hands on that. I have Day Day Signature. Now, Day Day Signature just launched their brand new Sweetheart and Secrets collection. I actually have the eyeshadow palette right here. I will be filming an eye look with this. Like right now, my eyes, I am wearing the brand new Starborn Cosmetics Nascent palette right here. I'm doing like a 3-look, 4-look video for you guys. I'm not really sure which one I'm going to be doing, but I do have the brand new Sweethearts and Secrets palette right here from Day Day Signature. This is a beautiful, beautiful color story. Like I love this shade right here. Like this is going to be like a 2-tone shade. It also comes with 2 individual ones you can kind of replace if you guys want to. They're also launching some eye bases as well. This palette right here, it does retail for $48.99. You guys can use my code Allie, save you guys 10% off on anything and everything Day Day Signature. I absolutely do love this brand. I love their formula, and this is such a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. I cannot wait to play with this. I absolutely love their formula. So I want to let you guys know that this is officially available right now. They did have like a little pre-sale, but now it's officially available if you guys do want to check this out, and it's absolutely beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, I don't know if you guys saw, but Artistry Cosmetics also just officially launched their brand new Moonlight Muse collection. I do have a full video on my channel if you guys do want to check it out. This is a beautiful cool tone 16-pan palette with a little bit of purples mixed in. I think this is really beautiful. I love the eye look that I created with this. If you guys do want to check it out, this is available right now. There's also like 5 individual shadows that came out with this as well. I did not know that, and it's in my box, and I almost threw my box away, and I'm so glad that I checked, but it also had 5 individual shades. I don't know how I missed it, but I did. But like I said, those will be available right now if you guys do want to check them out. I absolutely do love Art2 Cosmetics. They're one of my favorite indie brands. Their formula is incredible, and like I said, this will be available right now. You guys can use my code SAVE 10% off, and I have to say this packaging, chef's kiss. Okay, so up next, Skylar is launching a brand new fragrance. So this is going to be called the Forbidden Fruit. The top notes are going to be sweet lychee, sakura mochi, raspberry leaves. Middle notes to be violet dew, pink rose petals, and cane sugar. And base notes to be liquid vanilla, sensual woods, and warm amber. This is something that sounds like it'd be definitely up my alley. I really want to get into fragrances, especially because I watch Leah Janae's videos all the time. And I'm just like, you sell me on fragrance like there's no tomorrow. And I really want to get into it. But fragrances are just so damn expensive. It's the reason why I haven't. But I definitely feel like this would be something that's up my alley. I'm very much a gourmand girly. And this just sounds like it's going to be really sweet and decadent, and one that I would love to check out, especially because that lychee flavor. Like I have a Allie perfume that's a lychee, and that's one of my absolute favorites. So for me, I really want to check this one out. Up next, it looks like it's available now in Europe, but Too Faced has a new Love Flush Blush. This is a glowing liquid blush. Did I just rhyme? Love Flush Blush. It's a glowing liquid blush. Oh my God, I just rhymed. Oh my God. Okay, so this is for a natural looking flusher color. It's a hydrating, easy to use liquid blush that is bouncy and buildable with plenty of time to blend before it dries down. It layers beautifully over makeup or wear alone for a luminous love flush glow that looks just like your own skin. So I don't really have a price point on this. It doesn't say, but it does come in like 5 or 6 different shades. I'm gonna pass. I don't really need a lot of liquid shades or like a lot of liquid blushes. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more conscious of my purchases this year. I feel like if I'm gonna buy makeup, I really want to buy drugstore makeup. Like drugstore makeup is where it's at least for me, because it works just as well with high end for half the price. So I feel like that's just kind of where I want to go. And these shades are beautiful, but I'm going to pass. However, I am very interested in this next launch. Fleur has 2 new shades coming to their body mist line. So meet the Berry Cream and Hair Body Mist. This is creamy, juicy, sweet, long-wearing, warm gourmand body mist that feels like strawberries dipped in velvet cream. A playful fragrance that lingers all day like spun sugar melting on your tongue. So it says it's supposed to be warm and sweet gourmand. You're gonna have the base notes of vanilla bean, amberette, and sugared amber. You're gonna have the heart notes of vanilla milk, apple leaves, and hibiscus flower, with the top notes being dewy raspberry, Mara strawberry, and sweet cream. Now I'm really curious about the cream because I've smelled the heavy cream in stores and I did not like how it smelled. A lot of people love it, and I'm just like, it's not really for me, but I'm really curious to see what this particular scent's gonna smell like. It might be really sweet, but it's just unfortunate because like a lot of the Fleur body mists don't really come to my stores for me to smell, so I have to kind of like take a gander and just buy it and be like, or you never really know what you're gonna get, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely interested in that. But then we also have a matcha milk. So this is going to be a warm and milky gourmand that balances earth and sweetness. A smooth, luminous warmth that stays with you all day long. The top notes are going to be bergamot zest, black tea accord, with the heart notes of matcha, macadamia milk, and warm vanilla, and the base notes be musk, amber, and patchouli. Now, I am not a matcha girly. Let me tell you guys that right now. I am not a matcha girly. I've tried it, and to me, it tastes like sweetgrass. It tastes like sweetgrass. I cannot get into it. I've tried it several times and it literally makes me gag. I don't know what it is. I just can't do it. Everybody raves about it, going, matcha this, matcha that. I'm like, I want to love it too. And then every time I try it, I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't try it. Like, I even just went to H Mart the other day and I got the matcha Kit Kat, thinking, okay, how bad could these be? I took one bite and I would look like this. Literally how I looked. Okay, I took one bite and I went, like, it's just straight up sweetgrass in my mouth. I can't do it. So I don't know if this would be a really good smelling body mist for me. I do love a good earthy body mist. Like there's like some tomato basil one that I have from like Fantasy Cosmetica that smells amazing. Anything kind of earthy somehow ends up smelling really amazing, especially if it's like paired with sweetness. But like, I might have Leah Janae get this one and she tells me whether or not I would like it because she knows my like profile scents that I love. So that one's kind of I don't know. Up next, looks like Chanel has a new eyeshadow and blush palette. This is an exclusive creation oversized palette that contains 4 powdery hues. Eyeshadow and blush shades that unveil the endless dimension of Rouge Noir, the house's iconic color. A magenta, a center red with pink shimmer, a pearly white rose highlighter, and a mauve pink. You guys can get your hands on this all for the amazing price of $95.99. I'm just gonna assume it's $99, but $95 for 4 shadows. $95 for 4 shadow. That's almost $20 a shadow. Whoa, that's intense. I can buy 4 days, maybe 3 days of groceries with that, depending on what I get. That's a hard pass. That is a hard pass. Up next, it looks like available in Europe, Givenchy has a new first long-lasting shine lip oil. So this plumps, nourishes, and has a 3D gloss shine. This is a lip oil with a radiant finish that cares for lips like a serum. It says the 12-hour shine and plumping effect. 99% of the formulation is skincare, 24 hours of continuous hydration. There's 3 different shades. It doesn't say the price point. It's just available in Europe. I'm gonna pass. When it comes to lip oils, yeah, lip oils are great, but they don't ever have longevity. Like, I'm sorry, but no, if I eat or drink something, my lip oil comes right off. Like, it just comes right off. I have a hard time believing that this is going to be a 12-hour lip oil. Like, maybe it does hydrate the lips for sure, but 12 hours lasting power for lip oil, I don't know. That just doesn't, no, that doesn't seem right to me. I think that's not true. So that's an easy pass. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of this brand before, but it looks like this brand called Sunday it was rolling out with a new Valentine's Day marshmallow foaming body wash. Whipped shower foam with plum and finger lime. What is a finger lime? What is a finger lime? It's gonna retail for $17. It has notes of vanilla, rose, and caramel, but I don't know. What's a finger lime? What does that mean? What does that mean? Like, what does that mean? What? Some of these brands, the way they describe scents, is just very baffling to me. But it's also like on their bottle too, finger lime. Do I just like take my finger and put in the lime and then just like rub my finger in it? Like, I don't I don't understand. Never heard of this brand, but I'm gonna pass. Speaking of pass, I told you guys a couple weeks ago that Charlotte Tilbury was rolling out with a pop socket finishing powder. Yeah, guys, we actually have more information on it. So it says the travel size airbrush flawless finishing powder in pop socket for the foam with the charms. Our favorite touch-up powder, perfect for the go. This was and is available in Asia, and it's coming to the US. So this is, for me, this is really big and bulky. It's a cool concept, but again, those wings, unless they fold in, like, I mean, it looks like they do, I just don't see realistically how much I get a use out of it. Also, like, I love to put my phone in my pocket, so I feel like I would sit on it, and I feel like I would end up cracking the powder. I know it's not going to fall out, but I feel like I would end up cracking the powder, and the powder would eventually fall out, right? But like, also, how much powder do you actually get in here for the price point? I love that's what they're not telling us, is how much this price point is going to be, and that's what I'm very intrigued by. It's a really cool concept. I love the idea of it, but I feel like this is definitely going to be kind of expensive for what it is. Up next, Bioma is releasing a brand new Collagen Radiance Facial Mask. Instantly smooth glass skin in just 20 minutes. A mask that you can watch work right before your eyes. From pink to translucent, from matte to a mirror glass shine. Clinically proven to smooth skin, improve texture, and visibly reduce wrinkles in just one use. This formula represents a new standard in collagen innovation that mimics younger skin. It's going to retail for $16.99. I definitely wound up picking this up. I really love Bioma. Like, my favorite go-to moisturizer every morning is my Bioma moisturizing gel cream. This is absolutely fantastic. I'm pretty much out of it, so I'll definitely have to get a new one. For a drugstore skincare brand, this is so good. So good. Very comparable to some of my high-end moisturizers that I use. I absolutely love this, especially for oily skin. So for me, this glass skin, yeah, I'm trying. Alrighty, so up next, it looks like Chic Glam has a new Valentine's Day collection coming out. It says, welcome to the world of sweetness and soft romance, inspired by the dreamy desserts and gentle moments shared between lovebirds. Everything you need for a pinky flush look. You guys can buy the entire collection for $69.99. It's going to have some palettes, some eyeliners, some lip products. It looks like it's going to have some blush products in here as well. And you guys know, for me, I don't shop Chic Glam, so I'm going to pass on this. It's a cute collection for sure. I definitely feel like it's definitely worth the price point, but I've never tried. I feel like you're getting a lot for what you're paying for. Never tried the brand. I heard the stuff is great, but for me, I'm going to pass. Speaking of Valentine's Day, it looks like Fenty Beauty also has a Valentine's Day collection coming out. It's going to be their new What a Brat collection. So this is a limited edition collection. It's going to include the Fairy Bomb What a Crush in a heart shape, 2 gloss bombs, and 2 kilowatt highlighters coming very soon. So very, very small collection coming out for Fenty Beauty. Now, I love Fenty Beauty products. I feel like this is really, really cute. You guys know I'm not a Valentine's Day person at all. And it's so weird because I had to go to work this morning, by the way. I'm filming a week in my life. You guys seem to really love the day in my life, so I'm filming a week in my life. And I had to go do a work project, and unfortunately I had to do like Valentine's Day stuff because it's February and then that's what they want, so that's what they got. But yeah, I will say this is really cute. I feel like the lip glosses are gonna be really nice, but for me, it's an easy pass. Okay, so up next, Cosmic Brushes just launched their brand new palette. This is going to be the, I think it's called the Angelic Palette. I think that's what it's called, right? Yeah, Angelic Palette. So this will be a 12-pan palette that's inspired by the soft glow of the sun reflecting on fluffy clouds. This is perfect for creating the most angelic looks. This is going to be available as of right now, and I think it retails for like $28 US. Really beautiful. Definitely a really nice springy pastel inspired palette. I did pick it up myself because I'm not affiliated with Cosmic Brushes at all. I do buy all their palettes. This looks absolutely beautiful, definitely my alley, but it does take like a little while for it to get here. But as soon as it does, best believe I'm playing with this because I think it's beautiful. Last but not least, Charlotte Tilbury is rolling out with their brand new Valentine's Day mystery box. So the mystery box, it says save up to 50% off on 7 Valentine's Day skincare and makeup must-have, plus a free heart-shaped bag worth $70. Savings/worth based on usual price of products are sold separately. So right now you guys can buy this mystery box for $119. Oh, but besties, it says it's 50% off compared to the $269. It's 50% off. So you guys get 7 full-size items for $119 when it comes to Charlotte Tilbury. Now you can already see right here there's gonna be a red lipstick and their magic cream, which their magic cream I really do love. I love their water-based one because that's great for my oily skin. But you are gonna get the magic cream, pretty decently sized, a red lip. It looks like you're gonna be getting some sort of compact, whether it's like their finishing powder or their highlighter or something like that. Definitely gonna be a lip liner. You're probably gonna get a lip plumper and like 2 other products, maybe a mascara or maybe a perfume. And I can't tell what that little square is, but definitely I can't tell what that little square is, but this is one that I'm gonna pass on. Normally I love picking up a mystery box, but I just feel like when it comes to Charlotte Tilbury, their mystery boxes are all the same. Every time they pretty much put the exact same thing in there. They may just change the lip colors, but pretty much everything else is the exact same. And for me, it's just, granted, they're full-size products, which is great, but I just don't need to keep getting the same things over and over and over again. So for me, this is definitely an easy pass. But that, my most beautiful friends, is it for today's video. Let me know down below, what did I talk about that you guys were most interested in, and what are you guys excited to pick up this week? Or if you guys are excited to pick up anything this week, let me know in the comments below. I would absolutely love to hear from you guys. With that said, guys, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, Are for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you. And I'll see you guys in the very next video.